call in. They ain't call. They didn't respond.
We're calling.
The group I sent.
No. So I emailed them. No, I got no response.
Okay. I'm gonna text them today. Tell them we missed them.
But then I emailed them about Friday.
So, on today's episode of What in the Caucasian. Now, yesterday I said I didn't feel like talking about no crazy white folks. But today, I'm in the mood, okay? And I shout out to Adam who, we can have these conversations. And unfortunately, we live in a country, Stacey, that it is black and white. It's not, people are not colorblind. And we keep having crazy people do crazy things. So, I've been following the story that happened 4th of July weekend, where a video went viral of a white woman in Lakewood, Colorado apartment complex harassing a Latino family. Now, after she was dragged on the internet, the culprit, who was identified as Blair Featherman, spoke out in an interview Tuesday in an attempt to justify her raggedy behavior. Now, Blair Featherman claims she was sitting in the complex pool area when she saw some folks that she didn't recognize. And I quote, "We noticed a party gathering on the other side of the pool, and it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger," Featherman said in the interview with Inside Edition. She stated that she was concerned about her safety. And I quote, "People try and wait for the gate to open and come in and stay all day," she explained. Of course, in typical white woman fashion, she decided to take things into her own hands. Featherman and her boyfriend allegedly asked one of the partygoers to see their key fob. Now, let me pause this story here. Unless you are hired to be pool security, listen, why are you asking security questions, right?
MYB.
What day better to talk about this than on Security Wednesday? So, and I quote, "I think he said no. We were like, we'll just call security," Featherman stated. She left out the part where she screamed at the group, and I quote, "Yes, it's true. You have a F-word Mexican party in a pool. Trash." In the footage, she also commented, "Get the blank out and go back down to Denver." Now, instead, Featherman tells the story of her being assaulted after walking back to her lounge chair on the other side of the pool. "They swarmed over like a swarm of bees. It was very fast," Featherman said, recall. "I got pushed first by a man, then the woman jumped on me." Wow. She said the viral clip was recorded after fake fingernails were left in her hair from the assault. And I quote, "They ripped off in my head when they were attacking me. I'm running around looking for my phone. 911 is being called. I see this girl recording me, so I grabbed it, but then I gave it back 5 minutes later." Now, of course, when her racist remarks from the video are addressed, Featherman skirted around, taking full accountability. And I quote, "Absolutely not," Featherman replied when asked if she's racist. Featherman continued, "I completely apologize for saying what I did about the pool party." Now, even though the interview was supposed to drum up sympathy, Featherman's actions aren't justifiable by any means. Hopefully, this is the last time she speaks out the incident. So, unfortunately, I'll say this, right? We live in a country where people suffer from something called DTM syndrome. And if you don't know what DTM is, that's do too much. Because if they were not bothering you at the pool, it's not your responsibility to go and check key fobs. Just because you haven't seen them around, don't mean they're not your neighbors. And on Labor Day, this happened at the pool we were at. I had a pool party barbecue. And of course, I don't live in the building, right? But it's my good friend Otis. And so it's like I live there too. I'm there as much as he is. But I had a barbecue, a pool party, and I was waiting on somebody to walk up actually for a key fob. Look, I was like, all right, Lord, let it be. Let it happen because I'm ready. But
did you have a chair next to you?
Listen, a folding chair was ready. Look, 6 or 7 of them. I don't leave home without it no more. But the point, I get where you know, because I was even like, man, look at all these people. But an incident happened at the pool, but it was a black woman sitting at the pool with her daughter. And of course, there was another one of my neighbors. Looked like I live in the building. One of my neighbors was there celebrating her wedding weekend, and she had her whole bridal party at the pool, and the kids were swimming. And I guess one of the kids was splashing, and the black woman told the kid, you know, first of all, rule number one, you don't talk to nobody else's kids. When you got a problem with a kid, you go to the parent. The second thing she said was, oh, it's just got like the projects around here.
Oh.
And it's like, you know, black, white, indifferent, whatever color you are. Oh, well, listen. Well, look, our producer asked a good question. Let me say that too. She was messing with the right black folks because when I say it was like out of a movie, and I knew him, you know, one of my friends, this was his family, so he was there and I'm talking to him, and it was like out of a movie the way these black women swooped from their seats into that pool area. And that black lady who said ghetto and projects and all that was about to get whooped in that pool. But, you know, and one of the mothers kept saying, if you had a problem, talk to me. Yes. Don't talk to my kids. And whatever she said to the kid made him cry and get out the pool and would tell his mother.
And they was about to move some furniture on.
Oh, listen, there's some furniture. She was going to see projects. But, you know, it's like, don't suffer from DTM. Don't do too much. If they're not bothering you, if it's not causing you imminent danger, leave them alone. You don't get paid to check key fobs. And it's so sad that when we see in this country, white people, not all of them, the bad ones, that as soon as something happens, it has to go straight racist. But then it's even with black people, like that lady said, it's starting to look like the projects. And my response was, well, I've never lived in the projects. Clearly you have. Wow. I don't know. I don't know what it's like to say it's being like the projects, you know. Absolutely. That's what I would have responded, you know.
Until the woman that was making all those claims, until she gets picked on about some stuff, then you see it completely different. Because maybe she feel like she's arrived. You get it?
Maybe, you know, yeah, and that's the sad thing. But that's why we gotta pray that the people who suffer from DTM syndrome will learn to cope with it, because when you do too much, sometimes too much happened to you. And we saw that in Charlotte. What was that? South Carolina? Alabama. So, you know, just mind your business. Do what you need to do. If everybody do what they need to do, we'll be okay. But, you know, it's amazing how when you are walking right, you're talking right, you're doing right, you don't have to worry about being in these type of situations, because you serve a guy whose name is wonderful. It's Melvin Crispo. Wonderful is your name, right here on the Brunch Bunch. Okay, Stacy, we coming right in to you after this song. Okay. Oh, what's up? Oh, I got a text about why it's traffic on Michigan.
You got a text about why there is?
One of our listeners just texted me.
Because of Chicago.
Well, but it's more than, literally, I'm 3 or 4 blocks away, and it took me 27 minutes to get here. Yes. And I leave Oak Park, and it give me, I'm 15 minutes.
It's crazy to leave from that area. I stay in River Grove, and traffic just be ridiculous.
That's how it is in Wrigley. You're getting out of Wrigley sucks.
Marcel, do you answer your phone, bro? I called you a couple of times, sent you a text. I must don't have a real bat phone number.
You maybe texted. You called me.
Sure did.
Maybe.
Sure did.
I'm gonna tell you, unknown numbers. But if you text me,
I said, brother, hit me up.
I thought I said last time I said, Stacey, I need your number.
We're gonna make sure you have it.
Yeah, so I can lock you in so we don't have to miss you. No, that just say Chauncey. I would have put that. What's up, Tina? We missed you yesterday. Because Tina wasn't on here yesterday. But we don't have no call in now.
Huh?
We don't have no call in, right?
Well, when we say to call in,
Oh,
I put it on StreamYard.
you want to take some callers?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they call in during the second while we're talking, we'll take one or two.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up with that. This came out. But the good thing is I keep
Anything
forgetting.
regarding security.
Yes.
Oil systems, anything whatsoever.
And then since the weather's changing, is there anything that you can do about systems during weather changing?
And you know what, Stacy? I got some tickets to give away.
Okay.
To a concert. So let's figure out how to incorporate it with you, your segment.
Okay.
Let me think of something. Well, I figured something cool, some security, and then if they call, then they'll get the ticket.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to encourage the call in.
Yeah.
You could do something simple. Just share a couple of security do's and don'ts. You know.
So we'll share some, and then we'll ask somebody to call and repeat it. Okay. I know, Tina, we back. So I just look. Next time we off, we're gonna give a little heads up.
Yeah.
What's up, Tina?
So I need you to get clips of these announcements I'm gonna make quickly. I hate to do them all at once, but I want to be quick. We could cut the video up.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's
Is it
Tamara
a bunch
Fair.
of announcements?
It's just 3
Brunch
concerts.
Bunch. Now your home is not just a place.
Yeah, I can
It's a
just take one
lifetime
more
of
video and
memories,
just
hard
cut it.
earned
Let's see.
and cherished. At Secure Home and Automation, they understand what it means to protect these memories. As a
Let's
Brinks
go into that.
authorized dealer,
Yeah.
they stand guard over 1 million homes and businesses, ensuring safety 24/7, 365 days a year.
So I owe you another day because I couldn't come last week. So let me know what day you want to come back with. You want to come tomorrow, Friday?
I'll do a double feature. I'll double feature next week. I got a young lady doing an award show for some young ladies. I'm gonna do it some other time.
Okay. Cool. So either third.
Next Wednesday I'll do her thing on my segment. Then I'll come back on Thursday.
Okay, cool. And you guess
So
co-host.
go ahead and call 866-447-3344. That's 866-447-3344. Call today and make
Gotcha.
a wise choice.
I got it.
for tomorrow.
Because we usually have
I
it
do. It's right there.
front and
Now
center.
experience the promise and ultimate safety that they bring to your home. Call Stacey Chauncey at
I know how to segue this into you.
866-447-3344. Stacey Chauncey, 866-447-3344.
You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Action Jackson. Now, I forgot to tell you, we all know, unfortunately, Tamara Fair is not on the air, but she's on vacation this month. Well, hiatus from the show, because when you're an entrepreneur, you really don't vacation. You're always working. But you know what? Talking about always working, vacationing, and doing stuff, as the summer comes to a close, we have a jam-packed weekend of events coming up this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something for everybody. If you like that good old school quartet music, you don't want to miss Bishop Edwin Walker and the Friendly Temple Church of God in Christ, a quartet jamboree. And the theme is, it's going to be a great time. It's going down this Sunday, September the 17th at 6 p.m. The musical guests include the Gospel Crusaders, Exalted, Apostle Roy D. Ewing, and Men of Valor, Church Chicago, The Stairs of Heaven, Pastor Roosevelt Bradley Jr., and Life Voices, and the exciting Holy Sons. It's going down at Friendly Temple, 7745 South State Street. That's this Sunday at 6 p.m. Now, if you're not into the quartet music or you want a little, some gospel soul, Molly Music is in town this weekend. 7J Media Group LLC presents Molly Music live in Chicago. It's going down this Sunday, September the 17th. This one is at 8 p.m. So maybe you can go get some quartet at 6 and then shoot on over to Molly Music Live at 8. And it's going down at the Epiphany Center for the Arts, 201 South Ashland Avenue, right here in Chicago, Illinois. Tickets are on sale. All you have to do is go to www.epiphanyshy.com. That's EPIPHANYCHI.com and get your tickets. Now, when you think about all these events and you're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, that means you're going to be gone.
Right.
And your house will be houseland, right? I guess, by itself. It'll be vacant.
Correct.
And that's why you got to make sure that your home is safe and secure. And that's why we're so excited to have the security expert. That's none other than Stacey Chauncey is back with us. Stacey.
Glad to be back, myself. Glad to be back. Good to see you as well, brother. It's been a while.
Well, I'm glad to be back, and I learned so much from you when you were here. As I was announcing these events, the first thing that came to my mind was like, when you got a jam-packed weekend. So this weekend, I forgot to announce this, the Inglewood Music Festival going down this Saturday. Shout out to Alderman Stephanie Coleman. She got Trick Daddy and Trina. Now, for the Saints that don't want to see Trick Daddy and Trina, leave before they perform. But go to the festival. It's gonna be a great event. But when you think about being at all of these events, you're out Friday night. You got let's just say you got tomorrow night the opening of Hamilton, the Broadway musical. You're gonna be gone. Then Friday you got to go to work. Then after work you're going out. You're gonna be gone. Saturday all day you're at the festival, and then Sunday you going to these two concerts. But if your home is not secure, that opens up the window, and no pun intended, for a robber to come in and take advantage of you, right, Brother Stacey?
Absolutely, no question about it. And that's a great segue. But we tell people, unfortunately, common sense is just not common today. People feel because it has not happened to them, they're good to go, or they may be of the mindset that I have a police officer live next door, or someone's always looking out for me. But it is up to you to be responsible for yourself.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I think that happens in our community is people feel like security is very costly, right? But not having security is even costlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
And so that would be my thought process. I mean, for less than $1.96 a day, you can protect your home.
$1.96 a day versus getting your house broken into and losing thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stuff.
Absolutely.
Now, I want you to do something. I moved by the Spirit, right? The Spirit is speaking to me, and I got an idea.
Okay.
So because you're here to educate the people, I want you to drop some security tips, right?
Oh.
But then what I want to do, since our believers are tuned in and listening, I'm going to give away 2 tickets to see Molly Music this Sunday night, brought to you by 7J Media, if you call and tell us one of the tips that Stacey Chauncey dropped. So listen, get your phones ready. That's 855-999-1390, 855-999-1390. Stacey Chauncey is going to educate us, and you're going to call us and give us one of the tips he shares with us, and you and the guests will be going to see Molly Music right here in Chicago. So, Brother Stacey, let's go.
All right. So what I would tell guys that we want to be safe at all times. Security is not just security on your home or on your business. It's just you being secure, period.
Yeah.
Whether you're inside the home, outside the home. So some of the things I tell the listeners, first and foremost, don't engage in any online conflict with folks. Don't engage with any online conflict. That could be costly. The other thing is keep your phone location off when you're making social media posts. You want to make sure that you keep your phone location off when you're making social media posts. The other thing I would tell you guys is please do not sit in parked cars, period. When you make it to your destination, if you've been out for a night on the town, when you get back home, get out of your vehicle and move into your home. Don't sit in your driveway. Don't sit in front of your home. You got to be very, very careful with that because these individuals are lurking. Remember, this is a jungle.
Yeah.
And so they're looking for the weakness, the weakness. Also, you want to pay attention to your surroundings. Don't be on your phone when you're walking up to your home. Pay attention to what's going on. If you're going to be on your phone, just tell them I'm walking up to the house right now. Let me just pay attention, as I'm walking to the home. I can go on and on. The other thing is that you want to make sure, now this is a good one. Watch who you're getting in the car with. Watch who you ride with.
Yeah.
People don't tell you if they have contraband in the car. A weapon and then a license to carry a weapon. You could very well be on probation. Right? You want to be careful who you hanging out with does make a difference when it comes to your livelihood. So those are some of the things I would tell you. Just listen to your instinct.
That's interesting. And you know what's interesting? We were out to eat a couple of weeks ago, about a week ago. And we were downtown, and our seats were in the window, and there was a young black couple got pulled over by the police, and the woman was going to jail.
Wow.
And you know, everybody at the table had their own idea of what was happening, and they're like, "Do you think she's taking the rap for him so he won't get in trouble?"
Mhm.
But it goes to back what you say. You gotta be careful who you riding with, because if it was a situation where it was him with a gun, but he got through 2 strikes, one more, he gone forever. Now she got to get a strike to help save him, you know, because she was in the car with him.
And you'd be surprised how often that stuff constantly happens. You'd be surprised how it happens. Also, spend less time in hot spots. So you say, Chauncey, what do you mean by that? You go out to a barbecue, you know, it's the Christian folk early on, right?
Yep.
And it turns into a whole different crowd later
Pookie
on.
them, your nephew them that you don't see that often pull up.
Absolutely. And when they pull up, you pull out.
Yeah.
Go ahead and leave and keep it moving.
Yeah. No, that's that. Listen, we always excited to learn from Stacey. I'm gonna stop you there, believers. If you didn't hear, Stacey Chauncey, our security expert, is educating us on security and just some life safety tips, right? Mm-hmm. But what we're gonna do, since you're listening and you've been a good listener, we want to bless one of our listeners with 2 tickets to see Mali Music this Sunday going down at the Epiphany Center of the Arts. So listen, we got a caller on the line. Caller, if you could drop one of the gems that Stacey Chauncey just educated us on, you may be going to see Mali Music. Caller, what's your name?
Erica.
Erica, how you doing?
I'm good.
So you're trying to win these tickets to Mali Music, right?
I am.
Okay, so give us one of the tips that Stacey Chauncey, the security expert, just shared.
Make me look good, Erica.
Pay attention to your surroundings.
Hello.
Don't be on the phone when you pull up to your house.
All right.
Don't sit in the car.
Listen, Erica, you dropped the whole book. You know what? Erica, guess what? You just won 2 tickets to see Mali Music this Sunday. Woo! Erica, who just made you a winner?
Inspiration 1390.
All right.
And Stacey Chauncey.
And
Okay?
Stacey Chauncey and the Brunch Bunch. Well, listen, Erica, stay on the line. Our producer's going to get your information. And listen, we want you to share on social media that the Brunch Bunch just blessed you with 2 tickets to see Mali Music, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right, stay on the line. Listen, that is a blessing. And you know what? The Bible teaches us it's a blessing to be a blessing. Give and it shall come back to you. And guess what? Believers, we're going to bless you with a little Mali Music. It's Mali Music blessed right here on the Brunch Bunch. Okay. That was very good. So just get her name, number, and email. Yeah, so we'll pump that up. And give
I
away
can hear
some
you.
security.
Okay, hold on one.
Oh yeah, cut it down so we'll give all her info.
So,
can I get your name?
Erica, E-R-I.
Tina said, if my husband dirty, guess what? He will be locked up. They won't let him out. I ain't going.
Garmin, Garmon.
Hold on, Facebook.
I can. I swear to God.
Okay, Facebook, can you hear us? I had to mute. We didn't want to get Erica all her contact info out. You can cut this and bring us back in. You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your main man, Action Jackson, and I'm proudly posted in the studio with the security expert himself.
Stacey Chauncey, I'm here.
Listen, I like it. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, one of the things I do enjoy about when you're on, you just don't educate the people. Shout out to Erica again, who was paying attention. She was taking notes. She quoted the whole book back to her.
And she gonna call me to put a system in her house and update it.
That's right. And listen, believe it. You don't want to miss out on the opportunity to get these great deals and savings that Stacey offers. All you got to do, if you have any questions about security, you're interested in upgrading your security system, or you just want to know if you got the right system, call Stacey Chauncey at 866-447-3344. That's 866-447-3344. Start blowing this line up. But I do want to know, Stacey, one of the things I like is you always have real world stories and situations. And so on today's episode of You Can't Make This Up, what you got for us?
Bam. You know, so I love to do this particular segment because this is just real stuff that we always talk about. I have two quick ones for you. The first one is, had a client that called me. She had a get together. It was like a holiday weekend, had some girlfriends over, catching up, so on and so forth. After the get together, she walked the young lady to her car. And prior to walking her to before the lady got in her car, they sat in her car for about 15 minutes. Vehicle rode around the block. They glanced, didn't think nothing about it. The vehicle came back around the block. And what do you think happened? The unfortunate happened. They carjacked them.
Wow.
Right? It was like about 12:30 at night. They've been sitting in the car. And thank God no one was hurt.
Thank God.
And these women were, it doesn't matter the age, but they were older women.
Yeah.
Right. You know, so you're really, really traumatized, so on and so forth. That's story number one. So do not sit in your car. When you pull up at home, get out your car and walk in your home.
Watch your surroundings.
The second story, a friend of mine was going through a terrible divorce, and she was in transit to her new home. And so she was keeping a lot of valuables in her vehicle. She had 10 to 12 designer purses. She had, believe it or not, over $20,000 to $30,000 cash that she had in her car that she was just, and she had been carrying around for over 2 to 3 weeks. Designer shoes, so on and so forth. So she goes by to visit her mom, runs in for a quick 15 minutes. It turned into an hour and a half, 2 hours, comes back out, and someone had broken into her car. And they really didn't break in because guess what she did?
What?
She left the doors unlocked on her Mercedes Benz. Right, and they went through, the glove box and the trunk, and they cleaned her out. And she was, when I tell you she was fit to be tied, like the old folks used to say, she was absolutely outdone, because she probably lost easily $50,000 worth of stuff.
Now, I'm glad you said that because one of the questions I was going to ask you, I've seen a rise in people leaving their cars unlocked, car keys in the car, and house doors unlocked. What do you have to say about that?
Well, again, we're talking about common sense. Never get comfortable. Double check when you get out your vehicle. Because I've done it myself. Where I thought I locked my car door and I did not lock my car door. Follow your instinct. If you feel like that, go back and double check it.
Yeah,
it's going to serve you in the long run, no doubt about it. And people don't realize property crimes make up about 85% of all crimes in the U.S. And even with that being said, we know package theft is the number one property crime in the U.S. Over $737 billion worth of property is reported stolen each and every year. They only recover about 12% of that.
Jeez.
Can you imagine that?
And you know what? I'm glad you said that because when you have the insurances and stuff, like you said, doesn't always cover everything.
No,
but to protect that, the security is important.
Oh, it's major. You just spoke about insurance, and that's great. You're talking about that. They want to see receipts, guys, of all those things that have been taken from you. And then guess what they're going to factor in? they're going to factor in terms of how long you had depreciation of the items.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get full value of it.
Sure not.
You know what I'm saying? So,
listen, and that's with anything. So, Stacey, I got a question.
Mhm.
Do you have to have internet to have security?
No, you do not. We can put in even the smart home devices, whether you wanted a smart lock to unlock your door remotely, smart thermostats, flood sensors. The only thing that requires Wi-Fi or internet would be is when you add cameras. If you add cameras, you absolutely have to have internet.
But to just get a security system, no internet is needed. And you know why I asked that? Mm-hmm. Because for the listeners that are listening, and this is for myself too, just imagine all of us who have investment properties that are vacant.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And you know, one of the biggest things is happening now, squatters. People are moving in vacant houses and taking them as their own. And then guess what? The owner, you can't put them out because it's going to take you got to go through the process as if they are your tenant, which could take up to a year and a half. But if you have a security system on that vacant property, as soon as it gets infiltrated, police are arriving, and now you can get them out.
So you're correct. So the investor got hit with what we call a two-piece. What's the two-piece, right? The individual moves into their property, damages the property. Okay, so they got to invest more money once they get the individual out, and they got to pay the court costs. You know, I'm talking about with the attorney fees, so on and so forth, to get the individual out. So I tell people it's better to have security and not need it than need it one time and not have it.
And if you're in that boat and you just want to know, give Stacey a call. That's 866-447-3344. 866-447-3344. Now, Stacey, I ask you this every time we talk. You know, I love to give, and I believe that's why I'm so blessed, and I believe that's why you're so blessed.
Okay.
What you got for the believers today? What are we giving them?
You know what? I think I want to follow suit with what you just did. I think we can give away 2 more tickets on me.
Okay.
To Molly's concert.
Listen, believers, all you have to do is call 866-447-3344, and the 7th caller will win 2 tickets courtesy of Stacey Chauncey. All you got to do is call 866-447-3344. Be the 7th caller, and Stacey is going to bless you with 2 tickets this weekend to see Molly Music. Listen, Stacey, I love what you're doing. I love that you're going to get the tickets away. But in terms of the security system, can we give them anything? What we got?
Well, what I've been doing as of late, and here's the thing, we don't do gimmicks on the show.
Yep.
What's good yesterday is good today.
I love that.
And it's good tomorrow. So I don't charge anything for the equipment or the installation. And so you can get cameras, you can get smart locks, you can get all of that stuff in your home without having to come out of pocket.
So that's the gift. You're the gift that keeps on giving. Absolutely. So believers, all you got to do is give Stacey Chauncey a call, the 7th caller, regardless of what you're going through. All you got to do is call, and he's going to bless you with 2 tickets to see Molly Music. That's 866-447-3344. 866-447-3344.
Calm it down.
Yeah. Oh, listen. Okay, Miss Cleo. Oh,
you caught that up.
Listen, I caught it. Look, you may get a prophecy too if you call them now. Listen, that's 866-447-3344. Listen, believers, it's always a pleasure to have Stacey with us. Stacey, thank you for always joining us here on the Brunch Bunch and educating our listeners. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. But believers, guess what? Stacey is going to be helping us co-host while Tamara is out this month. So you'll be seeing more of him. We got another caller on the line. We're going to take this caller on the line. Oh, wait. No. Yes, caller. Stay on the line. Look, Adam, I'm sorry. Adam got me stuttering. I'm moving too fast. Caller, what's your name?
Deacon Cliff.
Deacon Cliff. Listen. Deacon Cliff. One of our number 1 listeners. Deacon Cliff, what I want you to do is, you the 7th caller, I want you to call Stacey Chauncey after the show so you can get those tickets. Stay on the line. We're going to give you that contact number.
I got you.
What is that number? What's the
number? 866-447-3344.
Okay.
All right, believers, do like Deacon Cliff and call Stacey. Call them now. Listen, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. We want to make sure that you are prepared and your home is safe. Thank you, Stacy, again for coming through.
Thank you so much.
Believers, don't forget this Sunday is going down. The Quartet Jamboree at Friendly Temple Church of God in Christ on 77th and State Street. And then Molly Music will be live in concert at the Epiphany Center for the Arts. Tickets on sale at epiphanyshy.com. We encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them. Tell someone that you do know that you love them. Love will begin to spread like a wildfire.
Love you, man.
Love you, bro. Tamara Fair, we love you. Believers, we love you. Where you at, Adam? All right, up next is my main man, AC Green. After that, Pastor DeAndre Patterson with the afternoon drive. We get it done all night long. Right here on Inspiration 1390. How many seconds I had left?
Just in time.
I'm wrong like that. I'm wrong. All right. Facebook, see y'all later. Call Stacy Chauncey. Get your security system set up. It's time to go.